is Richard Belzer. Richard, tell me what happened.
Hi, Joy.
Hi, darling.
How are
What
you?
happened?
Well, I was in the Apple Store, which is a beautiful store here
It's gorgeous.
in Manhattan. And I go there a lot, and the employees there are fantastic. They all love their job, and they're all very open and friendly and ready to smile. And I was standing by the Genius Bar, because, you know, I can't hang out at a normal person's bar. I have to be at the Genius Bar.
What's the Genius Bar?
That's where all the geniuses are who help you with your computer.
Oh,
They're called
I see.
the Genius Bar.
Okay.
So I was at the Genius Bar. Maybe I was delusional thinking I was a genius, and so I was waiting for a while, and then an employee from the store came over with a clipboard and said, "Can I help you?" And I'll show you what I did. Can I get up here?
Yeah.
And this is swivel towards me a little bit.
Okay.
And so this is literally what I did, and it's on tape at the store. So
Okay.
I said, "Yeah, I need somebody to help me." And she said, "I know who you are, sir. Don't touch me." So I said, "Well, then, you know, just
So you touched her body.
just the way I just did
yeah,
you."
Yeah.
So she said, "Well," I said, "Well, just, you know, get someone to help me." And I was in this tone of voice. I wasn't yelling or
Yeah.
anything. I was
She said,
actually
I know,
smiling.
I know who you are, she said?
Sir.
Sir.
Yeah. And I said, "Well, could you get someone to help me?" And she did. And about 10 minutes later, I was upstairs at the store, and about 5 or 6 of New York's finest came in. Because they got a 911 call. There was an assault at the Apple Store.
Oh.
So apparently this girl thought about it for a while and said, "Well, that's Richard Belzer." So the police came, and let me just say about the New York Police Department, as a rule, they're the most gracious, best cops in the world, consistently, and they were a little kind of embarrassed that they had to be there. I mean, there's real crime going on in the city, and somebody calls up and says they're being attacked
Assaulted,
in
yeah.
a store. They had to show up. So they looked at the video to the security tape, and they said, "Mr. Belzer, or Richard, whatever, you know, your version of the story is obviously correct, and we're sorry about it." And this girl clearly had some kind of agenda.
I see. So,
But she said I was choking her and screaming at her.
so do you didn't want to apologize to the girl at all?
Do I?
Yeah, you know, for scaring her,
Well,
maybe.
I didn't scare her. She said that later.
She did.
No,
she
I
said,
told the officers there, who were great, I said, you know, tell the girl I'm very sorry. If,
Yeah,
you know,
so you did apologize.
Yeah, I mean, it was the most innocuous, non-threatening gesture you could possibly imagine.
Well, I know you.
And I'm known for choking and screaming.
I know you for many. I know you for many years, and even though some people think you may look scary with your black outfits, you know, and your dark glasses, and you're very, but you're not. You're a very gentle soul. You love dogs.
My dog's here, who you won't let on the show.
Well,
Kidding.
Well, because
No, the dog's under the
my
table.
eyes tear when your dogs come near me because I'm so moved and touched by them, and I'm allergic. Thank you, Richard, for coming.
Well,
by
thanks, Joy, for
and
helping me,
sharing your story
Very
with us.
devastating
Yeah.
and sad news coming in. Richard Belzer, the acclaimed comedian and the longtime actor in the NBC's long-running Law and Order franchise, has reportedly passed away at the age of 78. The news first broke from a longtime friend, that is Laraine Newman, actually, who worked with Belzer during his many appearances in the early years of the Saturday Night Live. A man who was born on August 4th, 1944, has reportedly died today on 19th February 2023. Of course, he was an American actor, a stand-up comedian, a very talented and huge author. He was best known, as I've told you, for his role in the BPD Detective, that is the New York Police Department detective, as a sergeant, and the DM investigator John Munch, whom he had portrayed as a regular cast member on the NBC police drama series Live on the Street and Law and Order Special Victims Unit, as well as in the guest appearances on the several other series. He portrayed the character of 23 years old. I mean, for 23 years old, that was in around, I think, 1992 to 1993. That's up to 2016. His longtime friend, Laraine Newman, like I've told you, came out on Twitter to reveal the sad news. She said in a very devastating and heartbreaking statement that, of course, I'm so sad to hear of Richard Belzer's passing. I loved this guy so much. He was one of my first friends when I got to New York to do the Sunday Night Live. We used to go out to dinner every week at the Sheepshead Bay for lobster. One of the funniest people and the talented actors I know. A master at crowd work. R.I.P. Dearest. So that was the statement that was actually written on Twitter by Newman, a longtime friend to the legendary actor and comedian that is Richard Belzer. It's really very devastating losing such a talented and legendary man in the entertainment industry. So we send our condolences, sympathies, prayers to everyone who is or who has been close to Richard. Looking further through his legacy, life, and of course the best moments, we can, like I've given you the interview you've heard about him. In that interview, he was a really very hilarious man, a very talented man. So of course losing him will be really very much gut-wrenching. So this is a man, actually, like I've told you, who was born in Connecticut. That was in 1944, and he was described by his mother as physically abusive, and claimed his comedy career began when he would make his own mom laugh and distract her from beating both him and his brother. At his first divorce in 1972, he began his acting career, becoming a staple of the staple of the Improve and Catch a Rising Star, and Belzer became the audience warm-up act for Saturday Night Live between 1975 and 1980. He has been married and divorced actually twice, and Belzer met Hallie McBride in 1981, one of the first ladies he married, and later on, again he married in 1985. Another lady actually, and were together for more than 40 years until his passing. We send our deepest prayers, condolences to the family, friends, and everyone who was close to Richard Belzer. Rest in power, the King, Richard Belzer.